It's a BEA beautiful morning right here on Celebrity Chat. And of course, each Friday we make sure that you get one-on-one in conversation with a great artist. How lucky are we this week that we got a chance to sit down with singer, songwriter, actress, an all-round superwoman, because she's now a mom. We're going to get into the intrigues of that. Her name is, ladies and gentlemen, let's cause some commotion for it. Wait for it. Avril. Karibu sana. You're looking awesome.
Thank you.
This is really awesome. Did you dress
you.
yourself or you have?
Yes, I did dress myself, though I pick a few things here and there from different people. So
Okay.
yeah, so pointers. Akina Brian wamenifunza well. Brian Babu, big shout out.
Hapo sawa. It's great to have you here.
Nice to be here.
How do you introduce yourself regularly? Because I do intros, yes, and someone goes like, you didn't say professor, doctor, whatever, like all these added titles.
Yeah.
Do you have extra titles or how do you introduce yourself?
I think you said everything. I am a singer, I'm a songwriter, I am an actress, doubled a bit in acting, and yes, a mother. By the way, we went for an interview some time back, and guys were introducing themselves as, hi, my name is blah, 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 I'm a mother of two. Like, hi, my name is Avril, I am a singer-songwriter. And then I remembered later, oh, sorry, I am a mother of one as well. It took some time to get into the whole, climatizing, but yes, I am a mom
In those
as well.
moments, if I was your child and I was watching, I was like, my mom doesn't like me.
He was like 3 months, 6 months old. Got away with it.
Let's get into the time machine. Let's go way back, way before you signed to Ogopa. Nakuru, and they love you so much. Like, there's a time I did a show in Nakuru and everyone was like, oh, Avril, but she moved to Nairobi. Talk to us about that journey, because nobody really talks about Avril's journey from the beginning. They often talk about the glam and they forget the background.
Wow, born and raised in Nakuru, Shabe. I was a typical young girl. But my childhood was very uneventful. It was Dufumpararo, kind of living.
Avril, you know Dufumpararo?
Yes, yes. Is it stories that gadgets zimekuja na you youngins?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I was a typical child. I played outside. I did whatever I needed to do. I was a tomboy. Yeah, I was a tomboy. I started glamming myself up, I think, way later in life. But my life was very, very typical young girl being raised in Nakuru. What happened, how the twist and the shift happened later on, I don't know. That was just God leading me to whatever I needed to do. But that's just been, my life has been very uneventful until when Avril came into the picture, to be very honest.
Oh, nice. So you grew up Judith?
I grew up Judith Nyambura Mwangi. Then all of a sudden, AKA Avril, I don't know.
Where did that come from? Because I know of Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got it from there or it's... How did you get it?
I was born in April. In fact, my, what do you call this? The sacraments, when you're having sacraments during, going through Catholicism, there's one sacrament where you are asked to choose your own name. So I chose a name, and that was April. Then kidogo kidogo nikaanza kufunzwa French. Nikasema, April is a bit too mundane.
So
Why don't we switch it to Avril? Let's just switch it to Avril. Yeah, and that's how it just turned out to.
Avril. So you changed to Avril, kicked out the tomboy in Judith.
Imagine.
And you got into the music scene.
Yes.
I'm one of the first people to actually watch her perform at Kona.
You were telling me
like,
that.
I'm
like,
so
what?
that's my story. Let me tell you. That's
Oh
my
my
Avril
God.
Grand Aseli story.
Yes.
Simply because I was so excited about you signing to Ogopa. Like 2 weeks after I watched you, I was like, who's this girl? She's so awesome. She needs to be up there somewhere.
Crazy.
Then 2 weeks later, you're up there somewhere signing to Ogopa. How did that change your life?
Crazy that you would remind me of that, because that particular event was actually an event we had when I was in university. It was an artisans collaboration with University of Nairobi School of Art and Design. So that was a collaboration. Then we had this event at the end of everything. And I told guys, hi, by the way, I happen to be a singer here. Is it possible if I can come on stage and just do a song or two? And that happened when I was actually in the process of working with Ogopa. So how those two things just collided immediately after, because I was in my second year, third year, and all of a sudden just a blow up.
Oh my goodness, that's so I was crowd for hire on that day, but now I became a permanent fan. How do you handle your fans? Because you get some weird fans who look at you, stare at you up until you say hi. What has been your fun moment with people? Like fun moment like FAN moment and FUN moment, pun intended.
Yes.
How has it been for you? How do you handle fans?
I love my fans. My fans, really, I feel like are the most genuine fans ever because they love you unconditionally, regardless of how much time you take off, how much time. I actually have a WhatsApp group of guys who call themselves Team Avril.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and they talk, they arrange parties for themselves, they meet up. I mean, it's been quite interesting. So I could call that my FUN, having Team Avril and having an Avril army. Yo, you do not want to mess with me on social media. You will be blasted. I don't even need to talk because I have an army out there, and it's from all over the country. In fact, one lady, Helen, who happened to start the whole thing, she's now studying Majuso.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so even seeing them grow, it's just been amazing. Then FAN, like fanatic, was when one little girl came up to me and like, oh my God, hi Avril, I love you. Can I please have a lock of your hair?
Witchcraft. Next time don't give out your hair lock. Cause one,
She was a baby. She was like 7 years old.
Okay.
I was like, huh?
Did you give it to her?
I was like, okay, just pluck one out. And she's like, oh my God, I'm gonna treasure it. I don't know what she did with it, but
Oh
I've been
my
okay. I've been okay.
I don't think you're okay.
I've been
Are you
okay.
sure? Okay, let's move into the reason as to why you're here. It's two things. First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's so awesome. Like, happy birthday.
Leo
Show some
siku
love,
yangu
hashtag
ya
celebrity chat.
kuzaliwa.
Happy birthday to her. It's so exciting to have you on your
Thank
birthday. And
you.
just talk to us about this second thing, which is your album. It's called Spirit.
Yes.
And I'd like you to share the spirit in it. What's it? What's it? Holy Spirit, witchcraft. What spirit? Like what's behind that?
I love the fact that you have gone to that, trying to understand what spirit would be, because ideally people would immediately go to, is it spiritual? But music is spiritual. Music is inspired by spirit, and the spirit comes from different things. Spirit comes from deep inside you, where you feel like the things you need to say that have never been said. There are songs that you've wanted to sing for the longest time that you have never sung. There's dialect, there is vibe that you've wanted to be able to generate from your music that you've not been able to. With Spirit, and the reason why that name came up was because that's exactly what happened. It's a very different kind of album. It's actually one of my producers calls it weird. Because I sung songs that ideally would not be able to hear from a Kenyan artist, especially mainstream pop, because people call me pop, but I feel like I have always wanted to be an R&B artist, or rather I always veer myself to R&B. The reason why that has happened is because that's always been what I've loved, listening to, singing to, vibing to. I mean, Billie Eilish, kind of music. People call it alternative, but it's really R&B, So for me, I tried to delve into that space to just try and listen to myself and what I would love to listen to and show people that side of me. So that's the reason why it's called Spirit.
First of all, you work so hard. One, people produce 9-track albums nowadays. That's a shortcut.
Yeah.
People produce EPs, which is commendable. Like Prishon, who's one of the artists you worked with and I have hosted before, did an EP. Why 12 tracks, and what are we to expect? Because you already dropped 2 songs. We're going to play some of them here.
Yes.
And I'd like to know, like, you've done some love songs in there. You've taken us to church in there. You've done dialects in there. Just talk to us about what's the magic behind this.
I feel
what's
like
the combination like? And of course, it's been produced by So Fresh.
Yes.
And also been mixed by a Grammy Award. Levels. Oh yeah, levels. Levels. Grammy Award winning producer. Trevor.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to us about all that.
I was introduced to Snowball Studios a few months ago, actually a year, because we've been recording for like a year. We've just been recording, dumping. So the first time I went to Snowball, I was like, this is such a beautiful space. If you go to the place, you have been to Snowball, yeah? you just want to create music. So I feel like that was one of the incentives. And then Fresh came on board. Trevor was, of course, the guys who are at Snowball. And the creativity just kind of just started flowing. To be very honest, we recorded way more than 12 songs, way more than 13 songs. We had to start choosing tracks that we felt like would be ideal. And up to now, up to today morning, we were still debating. We still just trying to push this one inside because I felt like I wanted everything to be in there. I really wanted every single song to be in there. Why not using a shortcut and just do like 5 and then, slowly build up?
Yeah.
Yo, I've been in the game for how many years?
A good number of years.
Exactly.
Which is good because you've given us variety.
Exactly.
And you're growing with into different spaces with the different sounds. So that's commendable.
So people would have definitely not samahead me at any one point in time. There would be no forgiveness whatsoever if I released something that was mediocre.
So it's
so for me, it had to
soulful
be
and personal.
Yes, it's soulful and personal.
Okay, meaning we are just about to get a deeper connection with you.
Yes.
And which is exciting.
Thank you.
Let's jump on to the next question. Being a mom, I don't know why people use it as a title, but I feel it's a great responsibility.
Very.
How has your kid changed you? Like, once you realize that it's
wow.
positive, like that moment, how did that change you as a human being? Did it make you more compassionate? And does, I know your child is pretty young, but do they have a glimpse of, this is what my mom does?
Wow, that's a very deep question. Has he changed me? No. What he's done, he's just revealed me to me a little bit more, to be very honest. People call women mothers superwomen. They are. Because on day one, I noticed, oh my God, no more sleeping when I feel like, you see, whenever you feel like you want to sleep, you just put your head down and you sleep. That ends when you become a parent. Not even a parent, a mother, because dads really get away with a lot of stuff. Moms, no. It got to that space where I was like, wow, so my life now is about making sure that this life exists and exists right. So it revealed compassion, deeper compassion in me that I had that, to be very honest, me, I'm an introvert. So there are very many things I wouldn't understand.
Okay, that's surprising.
People think I'm an extrovert, but no.
Okay.
I live my life very private. You'd actually go through my entire page and you really wouldn't know who I am until maybe you spend some time with me and get to know me a little bit deeper. And not just on a day, but, over a space of time.
Yeah.
So what has happened to me, he has revealed me to me very much so. He's taught me balance. Oh, he's taught me balance because I very much so have to be able to balance motherhood and all this other stuff, all these other things, and not mix it up and make him feel like he's not being taken care of or he's not being, he's not part of my journey. He's very much part of my journey, but I try as much as, because the first time my son was in the studio was when he was 3 months old. I was there breastfeeding and I'm singing.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
I'd actually like to just watch your behind the scenes and how you work, how you balance everything.
Yeah.
Because you never walk alone. Even today, you came in with I was like, security? Do we need it? But it was exciting to actually learn that. Let me chokoza you a little bit. You've always wanted to, in previous interviews, you've always said, I'd like to raise a family, a complete family, no broken portrait or anything like that. In the past few weeks, we've seen a little bit of drama here or there, posting of photos and stuff. My number one, my stuff like that.
My number one? When was that post done?
Not in the exact words, but there's been that in the social media. How do you handle your personal life, especially when sometimes people troll you on social media? I'll give you an example. Eric Omondi, you threw jabs with some few
that
months.
was fun.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't know if you're boys, but when people read this in the tabloids, they're like, it's going down. And just talk to us about how you handle all these. First of all, sometimes people troll you. Have you ever been trolled?
Of course.
And how do you handle that? With your mental, that is.
You have to come to yourself. You have to really, they call it woke. You have to get to that space where you're woke, where you try to understand someone doing something for whatever reason that they're doing it. Not necessarily because they have something against you, but because maybe there's something personal with them that's going on with them. Like for instance, when the Eric thing happened, we were actually just playing around. And all of a sudden, there's these guys are on my side and these guys are on my side, and now they decided, you know what?
I was on your side.
We're going to fight. We're going to launch something. It became very personal for people. And I totally understand it, because when you love someone and what they do, because art is therapy, music, there's songs that take people out of depression, that pull people through so much stuff. There's comedy. I remember there are times when I cannot fall asleep. I'll just go through people's memes and all these things.
Oh yeah, it's a funny world.
You know?
You get to know that we have so many content creators.
Exactly. Art is therapy. So when someone who has watched your content and that content has been able to deliver them from something, they feel like they have a personal connection with you. So definitely they will defend you to the ends of the earth. And that's what I felt people came to when they felt like there was beef here, beef there. I don't take it personal, to be very honest. But there are times some people come to my page and they really want to attack me personally. That's why we have the block button. Yeah?
Okay.
I have a whole list of blocked people
For
who...
real?
Yeah, because I honestly see there's a way someone will approach you and you honestly feel like this person has an ulterior motive. Yes, and there's something that there's an agenda they're after. So I will not entertain it. Full stop. PI depends on how I wake up. If I feel like entertaining something, I'm like, oh, you want us to go? Let's go. Come, let's go.
When I grow up, I want to be like you, because I'm afraid I usually I go into a frenzy. Like when someone tells you, oh, I don't like your show. I'm torn in between, oh yeah, I don't like you too, and
you don't have to watch
it's okay. Like, who told you to watch it? Sometimes you want to get into a brawl, but then you look at your space and you feel like you can treat people better.
Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about what you're watching right now, what you're listening to. What's your playlist like?
Wow, my playlist is always eccentric. Like I told you earlier, I listen to Billie Eilish, I listen to her, I listen to Yuna, I listen to very interesting music.
The dark artists, like the kind of goth, Avril.
They get you into a space.
Is this where the hair lock is working?
They just get you into a space. It's spiritual music. It's music that makes you emotional, that it taps into something, you know? I'm not saying that all these other songs don't, but for me, that is what I like. Even with what I watch quite weird things. I want my mind to be engrossed. I want my mind to think. I watch thrillers, I watch horrors, I watch, investigative pieces, I watch documentaries. I really like getting to the space where I'm on my phone, but I'm still, because...
Passively watching.
Yes, I have a problem. My mind is always active. And I was taught something by someone where if you feel like you're always anxious, take your phone and just put games on it and just try and engage your mind on that. Because if you don't do that, then you always find yourself on social media checking up on people doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, because you want your mind to engage to something. So I have so many games. So whenever I'm watching something, I'm probably on my phone playing Tetris or some weird game.
That's crazy.
Passive games,
We were having a conversation about Lucifer, what I'm watching,
Yes.
and Adrian Monk, what
Yes.
you're watching.
Yes.
That's exciting. So
Yeah.
Adrian Monk is part of what you're watching right now.
I'm watching Monk, yes, I'm
Why are you
watching
doing
Monk right now.
reruns? You
And
have
I'm
so
watching
many shows.
This is from like the 1990s. It's an episode that was up in the 1990s. Newer shows nowadays, I feel like I don't want to diss newer shows. But
No, give us a word, an adjective, a noun, something. Throw in something.
I feel like, especially on some platforms, there's certain agendas that are pushed so hard, and I feel like I just want to watch clean content. Like Monk is such clean content.
Like literally, because he has like 15 phobias.
You know.
So he wants everything clean.
Exactly. It's just clean content. I just want to have fun. I don't want to have to start wondering, okay, reduce volume, increase volume, reduce volume, increase volume. All the damn time. Come on, guys.
Thank you so much for creating time to talk
Thank
to
you
us.
for having me.
But we'd like to hear your voice. Kidogo too.
Wow.
Kidogo on what's new on the album. But
By-
before that, let's
yeah.
talk about, I'm sorry, this is a late, late question.
Yeah.
But talk to me about the importance of signing right, because you signed to Ogopa, moved to King Kaka, and then you went silent. We don't know who you're signed to. Why is it important to get signed or not getting signed?
I've never been signed.
Oh,
With the Gopa, I could say I was, because that was where my foundation was. I was discovering myself as an artist. We were actually launching Avril. So for that, yes. With the Chocosas and all that, there was a signing. With the Kaka Empire, that was purely management. I've always owned my content.
oh.
I feel like it's very important for you to own your content, or be clever on how you share your content. Because at the end of the day, you cannot own your content 100%. You have your producers, you have your instrumentalists, you have all these people around you. So you assign different rights for different things. Like for instance, I will not come to So Fresh's space and say, no, I composed this music. No, he composed it. He is a producer. He's the one who laid down the track for me to be inspired to write. So I have my right as an author. Yeah, I have my right as an executive producer. I also have a right as executive producer, the person who actually now sits down and says, you know what, we can be able to get money here, money here, money here, to be able to do all these things. So they're different. You assign different rights. You can never own your compositions 100%, but you try as much as possible to be very clever about how you assign your rights and who you assign your rights to. Because further, you know, you don't see it when you're doing the work because you're very excited. You all are like, you write for me this line. And then at some point you're like, no, but I wrote your song. No, you only wrote the chorus. I wrote 90% of the song. But why didn't you guys have that conversation when you were creating? Because it always brings problems way later. So I never have a problem with sharing rights, to be very honest. But I just try to be as clever as possible with who that I share my rights with.
Nice.